Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the special board meeting of Adelanto Elementary School District. Today is Tuesday, March the 7th, 2023. The time is 5 o'clock. Can I have a roll call, Ms. LeVey?
Trustee Benz. Present. Trustee Turner.
Turner present.
Trustee Webster.
Webster present.
Trustee La French.
Love French present. The quorum has been established. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Ready, begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
2.0 adoption of the agenda. Are there any proposed additions, deletions, and adjustments in the order of business?
Madam President, we do not have any.
Ms. LeVey, I'm sorry. Can I get a motion to adopt the agenda?
Trustee Turner, I motion to adopt the agenda.
Benz, I second.
Ms. LeVey, please call for the vote.
Trustee Webster.
Aye.
Trustee Turner.
Turner, I.
Trustee Benz.
Benz, I.
Trustee La French.
Left French, aye. Motion passed 4-0. Thank you. Section 3, closed session declarations. We'll be taking items 3.02 into closed session. 3.01. The public comment period is administered by state law and is the point in the meeting set aside for members of the public to share their opinions with the board. Open meeting laws do not permit the board to engage in dialogue or answer questions. Any person who wishes to address the governing board on closed session items, agenda items, must complete and submit AESD speaker request form 5 minutes before the meeting is called to order. Public comments will only be taken on agenda items during the discussion of those items. The board values public comments, and although the Board of Trustees cannot take action or discuss items not on the agenda, the Board of Trustees listen carefully and appreciate input from the public. Additionally, a public speaker can be cut off for exceeding the allotted time or for willfully causing an actual disruption to the meeting. Before cutting a person off or removing someone, the board will give at least one clear warning. If you were cut off or warned last time, please consider that your warning. Individual speakers are allowed 3 minutes to address the board on each closed session agenda item. The board limits the total time for public input on each item to 20 minutes. With board consent, the president may increase or decrease the time allowed for public presentations depending on the topic and the number of persons wishing to be heard. The president may take a poll of speakers for or against a particular issue and may ask that additional persons speak only if they have something new to add. Mr. Kraus, do we have any speakers for, I'm sorry,
Go ahead, Madam President.
do we have any speakers for ADTA?
Mr. Duran, do you see anyone online raising their hand for ATA?
Negative, no one is.
Do we have any speakers for CSEA?
Mr. Duran, do you see anyone raising their hand for CSEA?
That's a no.
Any members of the audience?
We do not have any public comment cards at this time, Madam President.
Thank you. Trustees, can I get a motion to recess?
Trustee Turner, I motion that we recess to closed session.
Webster, I second. It looks like Jennifer Rader raised her hand. Is it too late?
No, we can hear her.
I just saw it on the screen right now.
Okay, inviting her to unmute.
Hi, thank you. I couldn't find the button on my phone. Thank you very much for hearing me. Good evening, Madam President, Mr. Kraus, honored trustees and cabinet. As spring break creeps closer and closer, I am acutely aware that we are all eager for a refreshing break. Also on my mind is the infamous spring fever for students that will be greeting us when we return. As you probably well know, this time of year is trying as we approach state testing, field trips, and wrapping up the school year. Most teachers I know, myself included, begin already looking forward to the next year as we are constantly seeking to hone our skills and our procedures to optimize student achievement and classroom management. I was reminded recently that Saturday school fell off our radar as a way to recoup some of the ADA that we lost due to excessive student absences this year. I think in the wake of COVID, many parents are being more conservative about keeping students home when they're sick, even a little. And while I think that is helping us stay healthy overall, we definitely saw a dip in attendance. I hope we can reinstate Saturday school next year. Another thing that is desperately needed is a safety training for all of our schools, specifically an active shooter training. As our schools get more and more threats, thankfully idle ones so far, it seems prudent to prepare our staff for the worst case scenario. I'm aware that by the numbers, the threat is low. Even so, we never want to be among the statistics, and we don't want to be caught unawares. With students ditching classes in huge numbers and ignoring adults, earning suspensions and causing 5 to 6 fights per day in the middle schools, sadly, it seems that we do stand a better chance of being targeted by someone with a grudge. You may have heard about the recent break-in at Morgan Kincaid. Our teachers had literally thousands of dollars of destroyed school materials, TVs pulled down off the walls, paint splattered all over books and whiteboards, boxes of books and materials strewn across the floors. It was horrible. The feeling of violation, the lack of response from our security team, and all this in the wake of additional spending on security. We know that every behavior has a root cause. Our students deserve to be heard and understood, and we need to get to the core of these issues. For that, we need counselors. I am not trained as a counselor. I can offer love and support, but I am ill-equipped to navigate the emotional needs of students in crisis. We need counselors. That actually wasn't connected to the remark about the break-in. Just in general, our students that are in crisis, and we definitely need to be able to support them with better trained people than I am. Teachers are not trained to be counselors. I realized that the juxtaposition of that was kind of close. I didn't mean it that way. Most of all, though, on my mind tonight is a situation about 5 miles east of us as the crow flies. In the Victor Valley Union High School District, they are planning to open another middle school with classes 25-1 in core subjects. The lowest salary cell is $66,301, and ours is $55,800. That is a difference of about 18%. While I know we've been interviewing teachers for the 24 spots we have open, we are bound to lose new incoming teachers to Victor Valley. In fact, we could probably also lose veteran teachers since that district is accepting all years. Opening a middle school that close to Mesa Linda with class sizes of 25-1 will also be extremely attractive to the families of our district. And we stand to lose students, which means we stand to lose ADA. I'd like to address a comment that was made at a recent board meeting, the concern that our district would go into state receivership if our salaries were increased. There are enough ongoing state funds that would cover the increase. No, we did not go into teaching for the money. But if we do not compete with Victor Valley, our district will lose. 18% brings our lowest salary cell to $65,240, and Victor Valley is $66,301. These are facts, not untruths. Victor Valley spends 90% of its budget on salary and health and welfare for certificated employees. I'm told by local districts that most districts spend between 85 and 87%. We came in around 54%. These are the facts. I would never knowingly speak untruths. An outside firm found that there was a $6.7 million shortfall, and then that firm was promptly fired. Yes, we have teachers with 20 years or more in this district, about 70 by my count. Many of these teachers are retiring either now or in the next 3 to 5 years. These teachers are dedicated, devoted to AESD, and to the commitment that Adelanto kids deserve a first-class education too. They shouldn't be penalized just because they are committed to our children. I promise you, many teachers are seriously considering leaving the district. And with an $11,000 difference between our starting rate and the neighboring district's starting rate, it's easy to see that we will be facing a deep teacher shortage again next year. And this is during a time when the entire profession is suffering from a teacher shortage. We have to do better. Another comment referenced our teacher absences. Each teacher gets 11 days per year to use as needed. Those days roll over from prior years, and those days roll over from prior years. Lost myself. This year has seen several virulent flus come and go. Some teachers are taking mental health days, which is essential. We all know how important self-care is. Our district has even given us training in self-care, but then holds it against us when we take a day. I don't know why 60 to 80 teachers are out sometimes, but I do know that we have been allotted days off and we are allowed to take our allotted days without judgment. On those really high days, it seems like about 20%. Of the 20% of teachers that are out, how many are actual contracted teachers? How many are long-term subs? Teachers have maternity leave, surgeries, bereavements, urgent personal matters. Some are out on school business or at conferences. The number seems inflated. In closing, I want to thank Academic Services for the PD opportunities that are being offered this spring break. I know that many teachers will sacrifice some of their personal off time to take advantage of the training. I also want to thank Carol Coburn and Dr. Dwyzen and the whole team for the work they are putting into preparations for summer school. There has been a lot of thought put into the upcoming student experience, and we anticipate another wonderful summer of extra opportunities for students to learn and grow. With my final thoughts, I would like to add, I believe in being impeccable with my word. If I am ever mistaken or misinformed, I welcome additional information and I correct myself. I apologize when I've erred. I try always to seek to repair relationships, to trust, to forgive, and to be forgiven. We are, all of us, supposed to be working together with one goal: student achievement and success. Trustee Turner, you've shared enough with me that I know you know full well, in order to have a successful outcome, as with your nephew, certain conditions must be met. Our teachers' working conditions are our students' learning conditions. Until we change what we are doing, we will continue to get what we are getting. Our students deserve to have a first-class, gold standard education. That does not occur with crowded classes and lowest paid teachers. We have a lot to overcome in this district, and attracting great teachers and counselors must be our top priority. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Moving on. Z, can we call for the vote?
She went to go, I think, unlock a door.
Okay. I'll call for the vote for closed session.
Wait, did we get a second? Because
Yes.
we got a motion
I have a
from.
motion from
Turner.
Turner and
Okay.
a second from
From
Webster.
Webster.
Okay, just check.
I'll go ahead and I'll take the vote. Trustee Webster,
Aye.
trustee Turner,
Turner, I.
trustee Benz,
Ben's aye.
trustee La French.
Left French, I. Motion passed 4-0. The time is 5:14 and we're headed into closed session. Thank you. Reconvening to open session. The time is 7:01. Call to order. Ms. LeVey, please take roll call.
Trustee Benz,
Present?
trustee Turner,
Turner present.
trustee Webster,
Webster present.
trustee La French.
Left French present. Moving on to section 7, closed session report. It is the decision of the board to reject the decision of the hearing officer in its entirety pursuant to AR 4218, section 7.4 by a vote of 4-0. Moving on to section 8, public testimony for open session items only. Mr. Kraus, do we have any speakers?
Madam President, Mr. Duran, do you see anyone in raising their hand in the Zoom meeting, ADTA or CSCA?
It appears no one is at this moment raising their hand.
And Madam President, we do not have anybody that submitted a card at this time. Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on to section 9, new business. Trustees, we only have one item. Can I get a motion to approve extending the application due date to March the 17th, 2023?
Trustee Turner, I motion to extend the application due date to March 17th. And this is the trustee application process for Area 3.
Thank you, Ms. Turner. Ms. LeVey, please call for the vote. Oh, I'm sorry. Second, please.
Benz, I
Benz.
second.
Thank you, Benz. Ms. LeVey, please call for the vote.
Wait, can I ask a question on this really quick? Can we have discussion really quick?
Sure.
Is the link to the application clear on the school website? So that if someone goes, they can find it, because I was told that they could not find it. I don't know if it was because it was a last minute that they could not. So I just wanted to make sure that that was clear, and like, so that when someone goes to the website, they can find it.
Yes, trustee Benz, at this time, it is not on there until the board potentially took action tonight to extend the
Okay.
application deadline. And by the time this evening's over with, it will be back on our website
Okay,
if the board does approve this motion.
okay. And it will be up like on the front, like once they click, or it'll be clear, just,
Yes, ma'am.
okay, thank you. That's all.
Any other discussions? Webster? Ms. Turner?
None at this time.
Ms. LeVey, please call for the vote.
Trustee Webster.
Aye.
Trustee Turner.
Turner, I.
Trustee Benz.
Ben's I.
Trustee LeVey. I'm sorry, look French.
It's okay. It's late for
I
us.
just saw love on there.
Motion passed 4-0.
you.
It's okay. We can share. Moving on to section 10, governing board members' reports and announcement. Ms. Turner,
I have none at this time.
Ms. Webster,
I'm gonna hold them for tonight.
Ms. Benz.
Oh, now that
You're
I'm last,
last.
I have none. No, no, I have none.
I will waive mine for tonight as well. Section 11, adjournment. May I get a motion to adjourn, please?
Ben's I motion to adjourn.
Can I get a second, please?
Turner, I second.
Ms. LeVey, call for the vote.
Yes, trustee Webster.
Webster, I.
Trustee Turner.
Turner, I.
Trustee Benz.
Ben's I.
Love French.
Left French, aye. Motion passed 4-0. The time is 7:06. Thank you. Please drive home safe.
Thank you.